Hello, are we actually streaming? Did that go live? Did that just pop live? That's a little disturbing. Oops. Um, I'll go look. Let me look. Let me look. Oh yeah, it's live. Yeah, yeah. Sure, sure, sure. I'm just checking. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. We are indeed live. Okay. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm hanging out tonight. Um, I'm chatting. I'm gonna set up a Magic Realm game here for the near future. And that's it. I realized that some of the people that have watched some of the streams might be like, "What the heck are these characters that they're doing?" And the answer is they all belong to this game. So this is Magic Realm. It is a board game from 1979, and I have spent I don't know, the past 45 years coming to terms with this game. So at the time, it was considered one of the most complicated board games ever made, and take that for what it's worth. So yeah, we're gonna set up a game here, and I'm just hanging out. I don't know. I mean, that's fine if no one shows up. I'm good tonight and just killing time. Um, Probably should just be probably should not be streaming and just sort of right, but because there's nothing really, you're gonna be chatting with me and watching me set this game up pretty much. um and to some degree I'm doing it to remember how to do it because it's been so freaking long since I've oop nope see, for instance, it's been so long since I've set up one of these that I just need to make sure that I actually remember what the hell I'm doing. So yeah, welcome. So the characters that we sort of randomly picked are the Berserker, the Black Knight, the Druid. Wow, that didn't work at all, did it? Look at that. What happened to that? I mean, let's see if we got all the chits here. That was messy game. So this game has a very nice set of macros to help you set it up, since the setup is one of the trickier bits. Yeah, we got all that. I mean, that's fine. That's I don't know what the hell happened. I hope. Oh, geez. Okay, that's a pile. Sorry. Okay. Okay, you stop it. There we go. All right, we'll put you there. Uh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not super. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, it was sort of messy. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, so we have the Druid and the Wizard. Now the Wizard you will recognize. We just played the Wizard. The Black Knight we're playing now. And so that'll give you sort of a fun look as to see if you've seen any of the Skyrim versions of this. Are the characters even vaguely representative, right? Look, and we okay, what the hell? Okay. I'm a little disturbed by that little bit of mess up there, but we're just going to go with it. So So we're going to begin setup. We're going to let it set up all the cards on the sheet over there and see what the map looks like. So we can keep rejecting these maps. So what we want is, we know characters are going to start in the valleys. For the most interesting game you possibly can have, you ideally want these valleys to dump into sort of useful places. So for instance, this one does not super dump into the most useful spot. It dumps into caves. That'd be great for a dwarf. Not as good for most of the other characters. I'm going to reject this map. Let it give me a second shot at it here. So this one dumps into the mountains. This one also dumps into the mountains. So these two valleys are okay-ish. This one is mountains or ruins. And then this one is sort of the shitty one. And it dumps into the cavey part of the high pass. So we can easily sort of cheese this, because when you draw a dwelling, it always hits on the 5 if the 5 is in play. And in play means that it touches the borderland through some chain of clearings, which, so we can fix this. But you can't have road tiles pointing to nothing. So we can fix this by just simply cheesing the dwelling onto 4, and then all of a sudden this map is fine. Maybe not great, but fine. Each player should pick a character, which we have. Resume setup. And it places all the chits. There we go. I don't know what you're doing there, pal. I'll put you off to the side. Sure, resume setup. And it puts all the dwellings down. We're going to move this one to 4, as we said. This one has to move to 4 because these aren't in play, because you'll notice this guy doesn't connect to the borderland, right? Everything else does, and I think we're mostly okay. All right. So yeah, so close setup. I got to keep that open because I'll need those chips and so on as we go. So it didn't get their gear either. See, something's wrong. So, womp womp. Something's not working. Something's not working. Berserker needs a helmet and an axe. Do we really care who we take it off of? Rogue Lancers, Patroller, or Guard? We'll take it off the Patrol. And maybe the axe from the Guard. They have medium weapons. We got to take it from the Order. Yeah, it's annoying to have to get the equipment yourself, though, to be honest with you. Normally, the game would do it for you. And like I said, something went wrong somewhere. There we go. So the Berserker is mostly ready to play right now. We need to get a chip from him to put in the bucket there. And otherwise, where does he start? He starts at the end with the rogues. So he's going to start right here. The Black Knight. I'm wondering if we should just start over and just to see, just in case something else is messed up. Yeah, I apologize, by the way. Not that you're, I mean, like I said, not that it matters, really. I mean, it's not, should be ready to go is the one that I tend to use to start, right? I mean, we could let it pick characters for us. I would almost like to pick characters that we have at least seen. Those are fun. But we could sort of let it pick characters too, and just let it do the thing. This is gonna be a random game. I mean, I already wrote these. You know what? Well, you know what I didn't do. Hold on. Let me. You know what? We're gonna let it. We're gonna let it pick characters. We're gonna see if that works a little better here for this. And don't get me wrong. We won't necessarily be able to do that in all cases, because sometimes we do tournaments. We have to have matchups which we've already vetted, as it were. But I'm not going to touch anything. I'm going to let it do the thing. So once we accept the map layout, this map layout's cavey, which I don't like. This map layout's the high pass. I don't like. That's not good. That's not good for most players. This one's through the ledges. This one's straight into a cave. Sort of sucks. We could probably move this. Maybe. But just maybe. just maybe. You can go like that. And then that becomes a little bit better, strangely enough, right? Because this no longer dumps directly into, it dumps into the ruin, which is a little bit easier for most characters to traverse. Same thing with this one. You could, you can't, you could fix that one just by, like I said, cheesing the start location. We're going to do that. We'll accept this map, and then we're going to let it pick characters for us. And see, it's getting the gear, too. See, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? I mean, you know what? I hate to say it, but we're going to go for it. We're going to do it. We're going to do this slate of characters instead, which sucks a little bit because now I have to change my notepad, my scoreboards here, but that's fine. I must have locked. It doesn't like when you touch buttons when it's doing it. When it's doing its thing. It hates when when you touch buttons. So we have the Sorcerer. So let's change our scoreboard. Sorcerer. We have the Druid. So the Sorcerer is all like fire and lightning, threat and blunder. Kills his way across the realm as best he can. The Druid is the quiet, which we did a Druid also. So the Druid's very quiet. He wants to mostly stay. I would love to not do the Captain, but Captain has such a distinct. We're gonna do the Captain. All right, distinct play style, I think. We have Sorcerer, Druid, oh, come on, guy. Black Knight and Captain. And we do need to clear the scoreboards here. Give me 1 second while I do that. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, that worked a little better. So we're gonna reset everybody's scores to 0, 0. Whoa. Hey, stop it. I got a notepad explosion over here. 0, 0. 0 and it's a lot of zeros, pal. It's a lot of zeros. So you see the scoreboard up in the upper right. You'll see the quest boards down here on the bottom. And resume setup, and it'll put the last bits on the map. And then we will move the dwellings when we need to. We're going to go there, done and done. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, good enough. Okay, all right. That's the setup. Well, that's not quite the setup. We do need spells for all of our various casters, and I do occasionally move these around because sometimes it's just easier to, I like their magic in order, if that makes any sense. I know it doesn't make any sense. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. The Black Knight is fine. All the fighters are good, right? We need some spells. Hey, what's up, Raven Rock? How are you? What you're booing me? What are you booing me about? What did I do? What have I done? How are you, by the way? I'm good. I'm good. I am killing time. Like this is unplanned. I had no plans to stream or do anything. I just was like, oh, you know what I haven't done in a long time and don't even know that I remember how to do? It's set up a game of Magic Realm. And so here I am, setting up a game of Magic Realm. So, I mean, the Sorcerer gets 3 spells, and he wants to kill as much crap as possible. We're definitely going to do... Oh, good, my internet just came back. Jeez, I mean, yeah, well, yeah, we had a little bit of that. Not today, though, but a couple weeks ago, man, we were out for quite a bit. I mean, I think we go Fiery Blast, Melt into Mist, and then it really just comes down to what that third spell is. So we're going to go with the standard 2. Right, we're going to go with I nuke stuff. I nuke little dudes in mass numbers, and I get out of dodge very easily. And then the question is, what's the last thing you want to be able to do? And... and that might be transform. Oh, here we go. We need to switch this. There we go. That's what was feeling weird. Okay. Transform is not a bad choice because you can get one giant thing and turn it into a tiny thing. Lightning Bolt's not a terrible choice because you can nuke one big thing. Summon Elemental is sort of a hybrid, but mostly a defense choice. You are number 1. I unfortunately do not win a prize. I don't have anything for you. The prize is you're the only one here. That's the prize. Surprise. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll take transform, and we will... with the only other caveat, Mountain Lore is pretty good. Only, don't get me wrong, for certain places, but Mountain Lore is pretty good. Let's go. We'll go with transform. Two Blueberry Crown Royals. Yay! Can't wait. So these are our spell picks for our Sorcerer. We will make them slightly bigger. Give them 12 in big and mince. Then you have the Druid. The Druid only gets 2 spells, type 2s or type What are those? Type 8s. Type 2, type 8. Druid type 2, type 8. So he is nature magic and curses, really, for the most part. I think you don't list a P.O. box for gifts because I would send. Oh, good thing. That is a very good thing, I feel. That sounds pretty horrible. So we do have to figure out, like, what do we want for the druid, right? Like, what is his definitely summon animal is helpful. Stone's Fly is eh. Torchbearer doesn't suck. It makes him really good in caves. He does not have a heal. He's not a heal. He has a heal. Oh, goodness, no. No. You don't take heal as the druid. Would you like to know why you don't take heal as the druid? Because the druid should not be fighting. All the druid's powers are don't fight. He has peace with nature. He's not, right? He's immune to curses. Like, his whole thing is don't fight. Well, sure, but this isn't D&D, so keep that in mind. That's great. You can heal. And he is light, so anything that might attack him probably kills him outright. It's going to be very rare the druid is injured to a degree. Now, don't get me wrong, you can be injured. It's certainly not impossible. Guide Spider Octopus is also good because it keeps him out of combats. Nudge is great, especially with Summon Animal. I think we will take Summon Animal and Nudge and go for the all around. What do you want to say? Like utility druid guy, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make those a little bigger. And the other thing our characters can do, our mages can do, is they can convert X amount of these to quote unquote color. They flip the chit. And we want gray magic for our spells. And we're going to do that. So Nudge allows you to take a die. So when we roll these dice, we can then move one die, one number. Oops, one die, one number. So remember in Magic Realm, you take the highest die, which is typically the worst die, right? So in this case, instead of summoning a serpent, he could decide to summon a bear if he wanted to. And the bear might give him, right, better, might be a better character for him, at that point. Or he might have wanted the serpent, in which case he goes, that's fine, because he can, but if he fails, like, for instance, a hide roll, because he rolls a 6, he can nudge it down to a 5 and not fail. But you have to precast Nudge. Nudge is, hey, what's up, Amanda? How are you? Good to see you. So he has to precast it, though. It's not something you can cast just on the fly. Very few spells actually are stuff you can just cast on the fly. He has to precast that Nudge. So that's it. We've picked spells. So now we're going to put characters on the board. I think the Sorcerer starts at the inn only. Yeah, the Sorcerer starts at the inn. That's the inn. That is the inn with the robes. The Black Knight, I think, starts at the inn. Yeah, he starts at the inn as well. The Druid starts, strangely enough, at the inn. Hiding out at the inn. How are you tonight, Amanda? Oh, and I do need to get chips for everybody into the attention bucket here. And we will embiggen those chips. There we go. And then the captain starts at the guard or the house, right? The inn house or guard house. Well, I got rained on. They should have a party since they're in the inn. Well, that's funny because so how the game sort of progressed is in 1979 it came out, first edition. And what they found was, what the designer found is that typically people would start at the end. So if you had those guys starting at the end, they'd all get together and go, hey, should we just kill all these rogues and then start? Because that would give you points, it would give you gold, right? And so pretty much the rogues were just first turn always killed instantly by everybody, which led to a bunch of rule changes. So we got the house or the guard house. And I mean, the captain wants to hire, like that's his gig. He wants to hire people. So he's going to be looking for who can he hire. The house is slightly cheaper. The guard are slightly more outright badass, but they're slightly more expensive to hire. Now keep in mind, to hire on the first turn, the captain's going to have to sell his crap. So he's literally going to take his equipment and sell it, and instead just be a like an advisor to this native group that he runs around with. So I think the question is, I think he's going to start with the house and he's going to try to hire the soldiers. And the reason he does that is going to be because he's going to have then, just looking at where everybody else starts, they're going to start, if you can see, they're going to start up north at the inn, and they're going to have mostly access to the deep woods and the borderland at first, whereas the captain can get sort of immediate access and sole access to the ruin in the mountains, and start there. So I think he starts down there. So that's where we're going to start. So I think that's good. Let me save this game because that way I don't get... And so this is what? Sorcerer, Druid. Oops, no. Stop it. Save game. Sorcerer, Druid, Black Knight, Captain. That's my crappy code for the game. So the last thing we're going to do now is we're going to draw everybody's quests and everybody's events. Well, the events for the first. Oh, and I have to draw, I'm sorry, I have to also draw the 4 colors, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's actually pretty good for the sorcerer, weirdly. So there's going to be gray magic on day 7, black and white on day 14, gold on day 21, purple on the last day. There you go. And so now we're going to draw some quests. Everybody gets 3 to start. This is just like riding a bike. I haven't done this game in forever. I mean, is it just like riding a bike? No, probably not. It's probably awful. It's going to be so slow and clunky. And so no. God damn it. Okay, stop it. All right. So we're going to get Monster Lore, the Challenge. This is the Sorcerer. And Secret of the High Pass. Oh, I do hate that little zone there. That's going to take my cards and turn them. So just because, so what Monster Lure does is at the end of the day, we can drag 1 clearing of monsters from an adjacent hex into our hex. If we defeat them, we get a victory point. That's a good one because the sorcerer can choose when to invoke it. And anytime that you can sort of choose something to fight, that's good in Magic Realm. If you can choose to fight that guy as opposed to getting forced to fight him, that's always a better deal, because you can go, hey, I want to go pick on these ghosts or something, right? Something weak and puny and nuke them. And so that's good for him. He'll keep that one. The challenge is we place a native at a random dwelling, and we have to go fight him one-on-one. Not as good for the sorcerer, because what can pop up are things like the crossbowman for the soldiers, like something that can kill the sorcerer pretty easily if he gets lucky. So I think we're going to ditch the challenge. So before we start, you can turn any of these in, but you do have to take the replacement card. So whatever we replace it with, he is stuck with. And I think, and we could do Secret of the High Pass, which Secret of the High Pass means we have to go to one of these cave clearings and find a secret passage to number 4 here, to this guy. That doesn't suck, that's not awful, but if you'll notice, it's not an easy way to get there. He has to go through the deep woods, through the borderlands, to Borderlands 6. That'll lead him to 1, to 4, to 1. Like, he can go through then the Cursed Valley, because this, you can't cross the, you can't change passing the bridge unless you have a special power. He can certainly do it. I don't know if it's worth it, but he can certainly do it. He just needs to, he's going to have to walk there. Ooh, and then a lot of this is watching me stare at this and make bad decisions. Speaking of bad decisions, I should be drinking bourbon. The problem is, if I turn that card in, I guarantee you the next one will be worse. I guarantee it. I guarantee the next card will suck more. This, at least you know where it is. Sometimes the card you don't even know where it is, and that sucks all the time. Keep that card, better than a bad one. You know what? I'm going to go with your advice here. We're going to ditch the challenge and draw a replacement. Oops, I just drew the whole deck. That's not okay. That's not a replacement. And we get Explore the Mountain. End phases in all 6 clearings in the mountains. So in other words, that means that he has to walk and touch clearings 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, and 4. Certainly doable. It's certainly worthwhile to do. It will take him a while to do it. Secret of the High Pass and Explore Mountain. And there you go. So he has his 3. And you'll see that populated over on the left there. So those are his 3 quests. The 3 quests for the Druid are Dragon Slayer. Well, that's a non-starter for the Druid. The Druid is not going to be killing dragons. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's always a way. He could summon an animal that could kill a dragon, but very unlikely. The Druid's a light character. He fights with a crappy knife. His spells are not particularly offensive. So yeah. I want to see, is there a better way to manage these? I think there is. If I'm going to be totally honest, I think I can do better with his chits. There we go. I like having the magic chits lined up for mages, because that's sort of their most important thing. Trinkets is great if you have a small treasure. That means that if you meet up with a giant, you don't have to fight him. You can just give him the treasure, and he'll give you a better treasure in exchange, because you sort of trick him, right, with trinkets. Consult Demon we're going to keep. Again, because it's a protecting, that card protects you. Trinkets and Consult Demon protect you. If he meets a giant, he doesn't have to fight it. If he meets a demon, he doesn't have to fight it. Having said that, you have to find a giant. Not always an easy. There's only 2 giants. There's only 2 giants, I think, on the board ever, potentially. Not necessarily easy to find them. So we're going to take Consult Demon. We're going to get rid of Dragon Slayer. Do we get rid of Trinkets as well? I think you also have to have a treasure. Like it's not helpful to not have a treasure. So let's keep that in mind also. That's just one of those. So 50-50. I think we keep it and we'll get rid of Dragon Slayer. That's the one we know we can't do. This is Tabletop Simulator, Amanda. Oh, we get Spider Slayer. Only slightly better than Dragon Slayer for us. But he has to keep that card for at least a day. At the end of the day, if you're at a dwelling, you can turn in your cards. Bother a mammoth, a giant will come running. Funny. We have a better chance of killing a spider with our summoned animal than we do a dragon. Done. So, good enough for now. So this is Tabletop Sim. It's pretty good for playing games like this. And the nice thing is, all these cards and stuff I've added, like the events and the quests, are a variant, and it's easy to add stuff. So that's sort of why I like playing it on here. The Black Knight gets some sudden insight. So that means that if you're at a site, a treasure site, you can instantly find it with a search phase. Find weapons sort of sucks. It's not terrible. It's just if you're in Slither. So I'm going to take sudden insight for sure. Do you ever play this with people like Scott? Yeah, so we do play occasionally. I play with my kids. I usually play on the table, though, for them. And then Happy Camper is end phase at the large campfire. Ugh. The large campfire could be found in the Oak Woods. The large campfire could be found in the Maple Woods and the Nut Woods. I think those are close, so we might keep those for now. I'm just going to put find L camp so that you guys know what that means. I don't know. So my problem with find weapon is I don't know if we're going to keep it because I don't know if it helps us. We already have a medium melee weapon, and it's one of the best ones in the game for us. The only caveat that you would do is you might pick up something like a broadsword, which has a sharpness star, so you can kill slightly heavier things with it. But it's really slow. These are slower weapons. And so they're not great for our Black Knight. Our Black Knight relies on the fact that the mace is one of the fastest melee weapons in the game. On its alerted side, it's an M3. And so he can go and bop so many heavy natives. Like, he can go kill the guard in a heartbeat, typically. So I don't know that find weapon is helpful. Now, if you could find a bow, because he's really good with a bow as well. I'm going to turn find weapon in and look for something that gives me sudden insight's great because it's a treasure site that you just get. So we're going to turn in find weapon and we get trinkets. We also get trinkets. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I mean, that's, again, we both have trinkets. Sure. And now finally the captain. So what does the captain have for his questy bits? We'll just put them right here for now. Plant your flag, Dragon Slayer, and Fan Club. Place the top unhired rogue at the house. If no rogues are unhired, place the top member of the company at the house. Well, I mean, he's going to keep that. That's sort of stupid because he's starting at the house. So he's going to just take him. So he'll keep Fan Club. Plant your flag. He's got to roll it. So we are going to roll it. So we pick a tile. So 2, Cavern 6. So we would have to plant our flag at Cavern 6. That's down here. It's not super hard to get to. I don't know that we're going to want to be in the cavern as much, but maybe. I'm gonna keep them all for now. Not sure if that's a good decision. Dragon Slayer is not going to be super trivial. So we do get Fan Club. We do get Dragon Slayer, but that means we could kill a small dragon. And that's Cavern 6. And I will put a marker there to denote that that's where we have to go. So the captain's main thing, the captain is sort of a medium fighter, slightly heavy. He's pretty slow. He's not a great fighter alone, but he can more easily hire the natives. And so one of his quickest paths to greatness is to hire someone as soon as he can, even if that means selling his equipment first. Like, sell it all and hire some guys, and then try to make hay with those guys as soon as possible. So I think we have everybody's quests ready. We now have 3 events to draw. We get 3 events a week. We get the Old Bones, a Dead Adventurer, and the Poison Pool. We don't have an Old Bones chip, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this flying dragon out there, and it's going to go somewhere in the crags. Crags 5. Where's Crag 5? Crag 5 is there. So we'll put the dragon like that to show that it's bones. Once you get there, you must immediately roll. Could be a dragon, a flying dragon, a dragon, or a serpent there. Could be just a bone pile that you need to clear. It could be just a nearby layer that you resolve, so you discover it, right? Which means that's good because it's empty. And then you get a treasure there, done. Acquire the treasure, scores you 1 VP, done. Dead Adventurer goes in a random clearing. 5, 6, so Crag 6. Uh-oh, the crag is, let's drag the Poison Pool out, as well as a Dead Adventurer. It's in the Crag, it's in Crag 6. Is it really in Crag? Did we really just roll Crag? We did roll Crag. Crag 6. So not only does so presumably something killed that adventurer there. And finally, the Poison Pool. Don't roll Crag again, please. We didn't. We rolled the Cliff. Cliff 6. Where's the Cliff, guys? Cliff is here. Cliff 6. So the Dead Adventurer is, you go there, you search, you find the corpse. He has a small treasure, and then you can carry the body back as evidence to a dwelling to score a point. The Poison Pool is a fetid pool, which causes every monster in that tile to be tougher until someone deals with the pool. You deal with the pool with alchemy, discard potions or magic chits, and you get a roll. On a 3, 2, or 1, you purify the pool. Purify if you have any effect that cancels a spell or curse, which no one took those yet because it's hard to know. That's one where I should almost draw these before we choose spells, but that's fine. Scholarly advice, if you have a visitor with you, so there's characters that roam the board, if you take one of them, you meet one of them, they will follow you here, and they will purify the pool. Done. And there are rewards for the pool. So once again, we're going to save the game. We're going to overwrite this game now that we have set the board up. That's literally it. We are set up for the game. And we could, at this point, start playing. Should we play a couple weeks, guys? What do you think, Raven? Amanda? I see Amanda has taken the #1 spot, Raven. Like, you have obviously... I don't know how... I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure how you get those... It's not obviously by putting chats in the thing. It's by doing something else. I have no idea. I tell you what, though. Let me go and get a quick drink and hit the restroom. And so I'm going to take 2 minutes to do those things. And then I will return... I love your emojis there. I'll be back in one moment. All right, spammer. That's enough. Ha! All right. So, so we're ready to start. It's going to be day 1. And in Magic Realm, you got to write your damn move every time. So that's what this Record of Fate is for. Let's make sure... Yeah, you can sort of see that, right? I've never actually looked to see if you can see this. Can you read this on YouTube, or is the Nutmeg's like, whoa, what are we doing? I'm playing Magic Realm a little bit because it's Tuesday. I'm not supposed to be streaming tonight. You can read this kind of. Okay, well, that's good to know. Good to know. Let's oops. All right. You can just play Magic Realm on a Tuesday without no... Yeah, can't I? Are we... Okay. Wait, we have a hmm, 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 hmm. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like what I don't like what is happening here. Let me see something. I think I screwed something up here. Can I make that a little bit bigger, maybe? Yes, that is. I don't know why I was off to the side. I must have spur of the moment, was not planned. Okay. It wasn't planned. Certainly was not planned. So we'll make that as big as humanly possible there. I mean, okay. But let's see. So what is the sorcerer gonna do? So the sorcerer is going to. We have monster lore, secret of the high pass, explore the mountain. Ideally, we would love to head toward the mountain. We want to be hidden and quiet early on, frankly, until we get our Melt into Mist cast. Melt into Mist means that pretty much at any time we can poof away into mist. So there you go. So we are going to hide 2 times. You get 4 phases in a day in Magic Realm. We're going to hide twice, and then we're going to move into the Deep Woods. Deep Woods 6. Yeah, we're just killing time, man. That's all. That's sort of where we're at. I wanted to do something different and realized I have not played this in forever, to the point where I'm not even sure that I remember what's going on. So, okay. The Druid. So the Druid has the advantage that they're very, very quiet, unassuming. We have to cast Nudge at the end of the day for sure. What's up, Michael? How are you? So I think the Druid is going to but the Druid also needs to be wary, because he's going to draw other characters around him, will draw monsters where he wouldn't draw monsters, and so it's very possible that he gets sort of jumped by badness because the Black Knight trumps through the Deep Woods and makes all right. He's good by himself and doesn't like when the others are sort of spamming around him. I think what we're going to do as the Druid is we will hide and then move up into the high pass just to see what is there. Hide, move, and then 2 moves into the high pass. So the mountains take 2 moves. And you can tell a mountain by the little triangle bit. So this takes a move, and this takes 2 moves. Yeah, just a quick break. The Black Knight. The Black Knight loves to have 1 or 2 chat XP. Nutmeg just comes in and steals it instantly. And Raven drops to number 3. She'll be off the podium soon. I have no idea what that's there you go. I have to sell the membership and you get super chats or whatever, and maybe that gives you XP, and there you go. Then the game is rigged from the start. So what I think we're going to do here is I think we are going to we're going to trade once, and then we'll try to hire 3 times. I tell you what, we'll hide, and then we'll hide first. Hide, trade, hire, and hire. And then finally, the captain. So the captain wants to stick around because he wants to, because the captain has his fan club is here. Get to the house to score. So let's say he has to end the day at the house. Hey, what's up, Rob? How are you? What the hell is it? This is some Magic Realm for a little bit on a Tuesday, right? That's why, because it's Tuesday. I wasn't planning on doing anything. I was like, you know what? I haven't done in forever and don't even know if I remember how to do. Let's get Magic Realm on the table. And I did, and here we are. And then I was like, I might as well stream because I'm here and bored. So there you go. It's Rob in disguise. Yes. Rob. Do not pay attention. The ninja. So I think the captain is going to trade. We're going to trade because we're going to sell our crap. So we're going to trade. And we're going to sell probably the breastplate. So we have 10 gold to start. We are likely going to need 20 gold to hire these guys. So we probably sell the, I don't love any of this, but we probably sell the breastplate and the helmet. Get 14 gold. And then we're going to hire 3 times. The captain does get an extra move because anytime he is on a dwelling, he's going to get an extra move. Huh. Yeah, yes, sure, absolutely. This is my retirement job, I'm sure of it. So I think what we're going to do with our extra phase is, because we're going to have to roll a good hire, we put an X when it's an extra phase, so that means he gets 5 that day. I like your keyboard goes bilingual. There you go. Okay, so that's it. That's day 1 written and ready to go. Now we roll the monster check. So this is what can appear today. And what can appear today will be spiders and imps. I was thinking $2.99. I was thinking $3. $3. 99 cents. Not okay. All right, and so now we determine who goes first. I need to see some bats today. Not today. No bats today. We're going to see the Black Knight go first. And then down here, $2.99. That's all good. It's all fine. I'm okay with you not paying me to do stupid shit. So, the Black Knight is hiding and then trading and hiring twice. To hide, you roll 2 dice. You don't want a 6. Done. And we don't have a 6. So the Black Knight is hidden for the rest of the day. He's going to trade with the rogues, and which means we get to see what they have. They have horses, which are good if you can manage. They'll be tiers, Raven. How's that? Tiers of membership. The penetrating grease does not help the knight, the Black Knight, unless he gets a different weapon. This is good for 1 battle, and the draft of speed essentially means that these chits get faster based on how many fatigue asterisks are on them. And of course, as you can see, he has several. Like, he's pretty slow typically. That's good for him. You know, I mean, I'm probably not going to buy it, but it is good there. We are going to roll. We do have to roll once, though. And we are neutral with the rogues. But because we are so nasty and fearsome, we only roll 1 die. 5, no deal. They don't want to trade. I mean, that's the question, right, Raven? Like, there's that demand curve. The question is, would you get 200 at 99? And my guess is probably not. So then the question is, let's say you get, right, there's always that weird, there's that demand curve of, like, where do you end up? Now we're going to try to hire. The top rogue is now rogue 6. Rogue 6 cost $1 base to hire. And let's check it out. So we roll a 4. A 4 is no deal. We're going to try one last time. And we get a 6, trouble. Oh, womp womp. Now he has to roll in the unfriendly table. Oh, does he? Yeah, he rolls 1 die, right? Rolls 1 die instead of 2. And they are going to block and or battle him. So they do indeed get pissed. They block him. Now, the nice thing is he's hidden, so he can flee. He can flee. But that's his day. He is done. The Druid. The Druid hid and moved into the high pass. Druid rolls 1 die to hide. Again, not a 6 is what we're looking for, and he does, and he moves up into there. And because he moved up into there, he gets to flip these. Ruins and Patter. Now here's the thing. The Druid gets to flip these back. Because the Druid does not draw... The only time those would actually hit and bring monsters to his tile is if they were sites, treasure sites. Since they're not treasure sites, they're just hazards. He would normally, by the way, have drawn spiders onto him, which he sort of needs, which sucks a little bit. But he does not get to choose his magic powers. The nature just leaves him alone. He does know that this tile is sort of useless because it doesn't have a treasure site in it. So that gives us at least a good piece of information. Now, now we're up to the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer is going to hide twice and move into the Deep Woods. Sorcerer rolls 2 dice to hide. We also have to remember the Sorcerer wants to cast at the end of the day, as does the Druid. The Sorcerer fails his first hide and fails his second hide. Jesus Lord. Okay. Bradley Atkinson, hello, how are you? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it has been quite a while. We're going to move into the Deep Woods, unhidden. And we get Stink and Howl. So there's Howl in 5 and Stink everywhere in the tile. And Stink is going to draw the first spider. Oh, that's rough for our little Sorcerer. That could be his demise right now, actually. We will see. How's it going, Bradley? How are you? No, these are not new tiles. These are pretty much the same. Oh, the Stink and the Howl. No. These are the same. And now the Captain. Yeah, Howl is bats or goblins. No, he has spells. He has spells. That is absolutely the case. Not the best for what's happening, and you know, not the best. So, the Captain. What is the Captain doing? The Captain's going to trade with his guys here, and then he is going to hire. So he's going to trade first. He is going to sell. I think we're just going to sell those 2 things for $14. Done. And we're at the house. So there we go. And the captain gets 14 bucks. His total's 24, by the way, right now. Everybody else's is 10. You start with 10 gold. Yeah, the Sorcerer indeed has spells, but the problem with the Sorcerer just rando spelling is that if he does not manage to kill the spider, then the spider has a very good chance of hitting him and killing him. And so you can't just like, it's, you know, the game isn't, I don't know what you want to say. And that spider is pretty fast, and that makes me a little nervous for him. Theoretically, we had a 90% chance to be hidden, so blah. There's no AI graphics in these. Come on, these are the tiles that a guy drew these absolutely 100%. Yeah, it doesn't look good for him. I don't know that he'll die. Anyway, we're talking about the cat. It's Captain's turn now. The captain sells. He has 24 bucks, and now he's going to hire. He is friends with the soldiers, so he gets to roll on the friendly table, and he rolls 1 die when he's hiring instead of 2 dice. And he's looking for price times 2. 4 price times 3. That means 30 bucks. He does not have it. He's not going to do it. So second hire, nope, no deal. Third hire. Opportunity. He either can take price times 2, or he can go on the ally table, which only gives him a 50% chance. He's going to take price times 2. So that's minus 20. He ends up with 4 gold at the end of the day. Done. And what that does is that gives him Soldier HQ until day 15. Those dice are weighted. And at the end of the day, he pops Fan Club and gets... So what we're going to do is we're going to take these guys. So these guys are now his hirelings. I'm going to copy this chip and put it here and put it here. He also gets the rogue from the Fan Club there. And now he has 5 followers. And we start bringing buddy sheets down. Now, hopefully the captain can make good use of his 5 followers. And there we go. Those are his guys. He has them at least until day 15. He does score Fan Club, so let's give him his point. So we go plus Fan Club. And we put that in Fame. And so the captain has scored 1 card point. And his total is 1 point, and the captain takes the early lead on day 1, largely by luck, of course. And that's interesting. The captain has aim too. The captain also has aim. He's one of 3 characters that has aim, but doesn't start with a goddamn bow. A bow would be great for him with a ton of guys, right? So they're microwave. they've been tabletop sim microwave. That's hilarious. So he has to end in a flutter clearing. Done. Is that the end of our day? That's the end of our day today. We have 1 combat. It is this guy over here. So here's the thing: we cannot auto hit him. I think the sorcerer might be dead. That's so funny that he could be dead right now. So here's the thing with that guy at that speed, with that dude at that speed. So first off, it is a heavy creature. We cannot kill it with our dagger. The best we can do with our dagger is light star damage, medium damage. We can kill medium things. We cannot kill heavy things with our dagger. Spider is heavy. We can fiery blast him, but you don't auto hit this guy. You only auto hit him if he flips. If he flips, that's great. So I think what we have to do is, so he is going to auto hit us, but not if he flips. If he doesn't flip, he does not kill us. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna cast Fiery Blast on the spider. It's a heavy spider. It is a big boy. That's a big boy. It's not the tremendous spider. The tremendous spider, we would be super screwed. But it is a heavy spider. We can't run. To run, we need a move chip faster than his move. His move is a 3. We have nothing faster than a 3. To cast Transform, we need a 3 magic chip, and all we have is a 4. To cast Meld into Mist, we need a 3 magic chip, and all we have is a 4. These are type 6. Meld into Mist and Transform are type 6. We're a little bit slower. We can cast Fiery Blast. He's not that fast, but we don't auto hit him because it only matches his move time. He needs to flip, and then we'll auto hit him. So this is bad. This is bad juju for the sorcerer. So let's see. We are casting Fiery Blast. He's not guaranteed to kill this thing, even with Fireball. Not guaranteed. First thing is first, we would ideally like him to stay in place. We get a 2. That's going to suck. He lines up. That's really bad, by the way. We don't want to roll a 6 now. If we roll a 6, we are probably killed. We do not roll a 6. He doesn't flip to his tremendous side. On this side, he does tremendous damage. I always assume that was poison or something, right? So we will survive this hit. But we're going to miss him. We miss him with the fireball. And we have to fatigue these 2 chits. He hits us for light damage, and we wound 1 chip. Yeah, T's like a neck bite. I agree with that. It is. And actually, we should probably, not that it would matter, but we should probably play the M4 so that he doesn't auto hit us unless he rolls right down into here. So that's what we're gonna do that run. But it doesn't matter. He hits us. He does a wound. I'm gonna wound this chip. Oh, wound. And it's next round. We're going to do the same thing. I could have covered my move. I should have. I assumed he was going to auto hit me anyway. The problem with covering your move is you're still not guaranteed to kill him. He flips, you don't do heavy damage. He kills you anyway. So it barely matters, really, to be quite honest, that you cover your move or don't cover your move in this case. The important roll is not this roll. The important roll is the missile roll, which the sorcerer is not great at. So, next round, we're hoping that he moves somewhere, maybe. 3, he moves to here. And then we roll. And he flips. That's a good thing-ish, maybe, for a little bit. So, our fireball gets off first because it's a time 3 versus his time 6 attack. We hit him because our attack speed is less than his move speed. His move speed became a 4 when he flipped. He's going to miss us because we're going to duck that. But now we have to roll on the god-awful missile table. So let's take a quick look at the missile table. And I'm blocking most of it. Let's take a look at the missile table. So we do, Fiery Blast does L*****. So light medium, heavy, tremendous damage. We can roll a 4 or less and still kill him. 4 or less. On 2 dice, we take the highest die. We roll with disadvantage. If you're... So we're looking for a 4, 3, 2, or 1. Come on, come on, come on. God damn it. We do -2 levels, so we do medium damage to him. And medium damage is not enough. And so it does nothing, and we have to fatigue these 2 chits. And now the spider is coming in. He's hoping for the kill. What we're going to do, though, is before the round, we can cast our transform, or we can cast Melt into Mist, is what we're going to cast. Because now that our magic chit is, it has no hair anymore, and it is pissed. Yes, it is dripping venom. It is super pissed, but now we can melt because it's our... You're allowed to cast a spell if your time matches its move. You auto hit if your time is faster than its move, but we don't need to hit. We're just melting into mist. So we're going to melt into mist. The only problem with this melt into mist is that we had to use our best type 6 chit to do it. Typically, you want to use your worst type 6 chit. That's not what happened. Nonetheless, we cast this. We put it here to show that that spell is permanent. It will be on us for the rest of the game, potentially. But we disappear from the fight. The spider cannot get us. That was a very, very costly day 1 for the sorcerer, who now has to rest for something like 2 days. Someone get him a can of Raid. He has to rest for something akin to probably close to 2 days to get back to where he was. And that's not counting getting his purple magic back. That was a rough day for the sorcerer. We are misty in this hex. So he can't fight us because we are mist. And that's it. That's the day. That was day 1. Put everybody back in. Start writing our day 2. So the sorcerer does need to sort of get out of dodge a little bit. And really, I mean, God, the best thing for him to do would be to pop back into the valley and just sort of sit for the days he needs. What does he have? Monster Lore, Secret of the High Pass, and Explore the Mountain. I would love to make some... Oh, yeah. No, you can get bats in this tile. Yeah, absolutely. More spiders, giants... I mean, the inn's not perfectly safe for him either, because it's the rogues don't necessarily love him either. It is safer than where he's at, for sure. I will say that. So it's either the inn, the Cursed Valley 2, or you head deeper and just assume that you're going to find a tile with no monsters, for instance. So, for instance, down here. Try to get down here. Hope this is a campfire as opposed to monsters, and then you sit and rest there, and at least you are closer to where you're going. So it's either safe or stupid ballsy. What do you think? Like safe or a little bit less safe, kind of. The other way to go, frankly, would be to go... you could go to the Evil Valley as well. That's another way you could go to They are very squishy. The sorcerer is not... He's not the squishiest of mages, but he is pretty squishy. I think we go to... I will say this. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we're going to move to the borderland. And we are going to then rest. And we're going to use the fact that we have one more melt into mist. We have one more melt into mist. So we're going to use that fact. We have one more we have a get out of jail free card, which is this purple chit right now, because this spell is cast. And if we can supply it with purple, we can turn into a cloud of mist. That means that we don't necessarily have to hide a lot. We can just, but we only have one more of these. So I say we go here to flip this, and see what the hell's here. And then we're going to make our way to the woods and utilize that. Done. The Druid. Druid's not super jazzed. He does have Spider Slayer. Oh, the Druid. Okay, I'm sorry. At the end of the day. So the end of the day, the Druid's going to cast using gray magic and this chip. And he is going to now convert another chip into a nudge chit. He's going to convert that one. And he's cast nudge. Done. That was the end of day one, by the way. So day two. Well, I think day two, strangely enough, we are going to... The Druid has gone chit mad. 1, 2. It's going to take us 2 moves to get in there. I'm going to hide, move to the spider. Okay, done. And we can cast Summon Animal. And what we're going to hope is that animal, and we have Nudge. So, right, so the key is if we cast a 3, 2, or 1, we can kill the spider possibly. Serpent or bear or basilisk will do it. So if we roll a 4, 3, 2, or 1, we can get an animal that will kill it. Otherwise, we will just get out of dodge. Done. So that's the Druid's move. The Black Knight, what is the Black Knight planning to do? So we didn't get any rogues to join us. The Black Knight can kill a spider. Not automatically, but he can kill it. What do we have? Sudden Insight, find large campfire. So here's a question. Does the Black Knight Dragon's Down is very cool, by the way. It doesn't really make sense, but then you watch me play a couple times, you know it's supposed to happen. Sort of, yeah. Do we stay here and try to hire one lackey for one more day? Do we hire a lackey, or do we... The Black Knight can kill that spider in his own. What he doesn't want is 2 spiders to show up, and he doesn't want bats to show up either. But hiring would take another day. Like, literally, it would take a whole day. How about we hide, hire, and just maybe we get someone for a day. Because all we need is one guy to go with us, and that makes the Black Knight have a lot easier time with a lot of crap. So we're going to sit there for one more day. And then finally, our captain has his 5 boys. Now, the captain has to write 2 moves, because this guy can move separately. This headquarters. So he hired an HQ. He hired a leader. That guy can move by himself if he wants to. Now, we don't necessarily want to. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hide and go 1, 2, 3. Oh, and we do, yeah, 1, 2, 3. We're going to try to end up there. So we are going to hide. Oh, and that's true. We get an extra phase because we are in a dwelling. So I'm going to go... I got it. So I'm going to go extra phase, hide, move, move, move to the ruin 1, and then we are going to search as well. And the reason we're going to search is because if you see these little weird bubble paths there, they are hidden paths or passages, and we have to search to find them. So that's our day. So that's it. We've got our day planned. And now it is time to roll for the monster of the day. 2 serpents and demons. And the Black Knight's going to go first. Bats, please. The Black Knight hides. 2 dice. He wants not a 6. He gets a 6. So he's not hidden. So if they block him today, that's going to suck. Does suck a little bit. He's going to hire 3 times. We roll on the neutral table. We're looking for a 2 or a 3 or a 1. 5, no deal. Second hide. 5, no deal. Third, higher. Third hire is a 1, opportunity. So we can either take price. I'm going to roll on the friendly table. Yeah, sure. 3, price times 2. So he can hire this guy at $2. He's going to do that. So we get Rogue 6 for $2. And that's going to cost us, so we do -2. Done. That is our day. We are good. Snaky. Does anyone show up at the inn? No. House or small campfire today. So we are done with our day. The Druid is going to hide twice and then head, strangely enough, yep, he hides and he goes right there. I don't think anything else appears. We would need Dank and Slither. Yeah, so no. And we're done for the day. The captain is going to move, and his guy's going to follow him. And he goes 1, 2, 3. He's going to have tried to hide. So let me roll. Anything but a 6 will hide him. And his guy is following. So yeah, so we're both hidden. Everybody's hidden. We search once. We're looking for a 3, 2, or 1 to find this secret path. And we fail. We fail miserably. And then we flip these chits and we get bones and altar 1. Ooh. Well. Okay. Okay, guys. The altar is a treasure site. It is protected by the tremendous demon. So, interesting. Oh, that demon's gonna hit us for sure. We'll have to think of what to do here. This guy moved with us, so he's done. We walk, we get out of dodge. We go 1, 2, 3, and rest 1. And so we're gonna drag this shit back. Well, we should drag. Doesn't super matter. We're going to drag that shit back. There's a place in the search just called Monkey Brains. Reminds me of the Indiana Jones movie, Temple of Doom. But now we flip these chits. This could be super dangerous. So that's dragons. Smoke would draw dragons. The pool will draw the nefarious, the ever-feared octopus. We have 2 possible combats. We have the demon. We have the Druid. Let's drag this guy down real quick to see how he stacks up against our guys. So here's the thing. We absolutely can kill this guy. Absolutely 100%. So the demon is tremendous, means you have to do tremendous damage to kill him. These guys do heavy, and the little asterisk is a sharpness star, meaning that they do +1 damage. So heavy to tremendous. assuming this guy's not armored, which he isn't. So we could gang tackle him with these 4 guys and probably get him and kill him. Having said that, he's going to power the pit us, and power the pit is perfectly fine, assuming we don't roll a 1, a 3, a 1 or a 3, or a 2. 1, 3, or 2. 3, 2, or 1 are bad for power of the pit. 4, 5, and 6 are fine. But it could go horribly, horribly wrong. Here's what I'm going to do. So here's how we play this. We are still hidden. The captain is hidden. He sends his guys out, and they're going to deploy onto the demon sheet. They're going to deploy like this. The only problem with deploying is they have to roll to flip. I don't like that as much. But we're going to do it anyway. 1, 2, and 3. So they deploy just like that. And hell, you're in for a penny, in for a pound. He's going to deploy down here like this. They cannot ambush. Natives can never ambush. Natives never ambush. They're unhidden as soon as they deploy or lure. I'm going to put... I'm going to put him on this side. It doesn't really matter what side he's on. He's just the bait. He's the bait. He's the bait. Oh, okay. So we roll 1 die to see where the demon ends up. The demon ends up, we do 3, so he goes down to here. We roll dice for both of these guys to determine where they end up. So 6. So these guys go here. This guy goes here, and this guy flips down to the bottom. This guy rolls a 3, so he lines up. He's going to be hit no matter what. He was going to be hit anyway. The demon hits at a 2. So the demon hits him with Power of the Pit, and he rolls 2 dice. This is the fateful die roll. What we would like to have is a high number, a super high number. Super high number. We roll a 4. All the target's active chits that show effort, asterisks, or wounded. Chits that are all fatigued, that show no asterisks, are not affected. That means he's a native. Natives aren't affected. They don't have chits. So he hits him. He is not really injured. The demon flips to his death side. If he hits him again, he kills him instantly by tearing him apart or eating him or doing whatever he does or sucking his soul and turning him into a husky skeleton, whatever. Now, do these guys flip? Well, we got to roll for all the damn guys now, unfortunately. And we would like them to not flip. So first guy, does he flip? He does not flip. The second box. Do these guys flip? They do not flip. Third box. He does not flip. You need to roll a 6, and then they flip to their other side. So, what happens? He misses. He misses. These 2 guys both hit. He hits because he lines up. He hits because his time is faster than his move, and he lines up. The crossbowman is first because he has the longest weapon aside from the demon's spell. He needs to roll on the dreaded missile table. The crossbowman does no change, meaning he does heavy damage and does not kill the tremendous demon. But this guy stabs him to death. So, as the demon picks the rogue up, ready to suck his soul into the hideous void which is his mouth, this guy runs him through and stabs him. Done. Demon is killed. Everyone lives. The captain gains 8 notoriety, so 8 prowess. Oh, and I do need to score his prowess, and I do need to put gold on everybody's sheet. He only has 8 gold. He has 4 gold. There you go. The captain gets 8 prowess. The first victim of the captain's army is the tremendous demon. That is absolutely the case. And the captains don't even need to come out of hiding. We put the demon in the dead pile. Now it's the druid's turn. And we didn't even fatigue anything. We didn't lose anything. That was good. That was good use of our... That was good use of our army there. Now that could have gone horribly wrong. If we roll a 1, all those guys die. If we roll double 1s, all those dudes die. If we roll 3, all those guys die. Most of them do. And that's the power of the pit. The druid from hiding. Don't roll a 1 then. Just don't do it. Just don't freaking do it. So the druid from hiding. The druid is hiding. The spider does not know he's there. The druid is going to cast Summon Animal using a type 2 chit and his type 2 magic. The druid is going to roll. And we're looking for a 4, 3, 2, or a 1. Let's get low. Oh, God, that sucks. So we get a squirrel. That's it. That's what we get. We get a goddamn squirrel. Are we unhidden? The druid. Oh, the druid only rolls 1 die. Sorry. Hold on. And we are still hidden. And we're out of magic. So we are done. Like we're not going to continue that. We are going to remain hidden. Yeah, you couldn't even, so the nudge wouldn't even have helped because you rolled double 6s. Squirrels are mean, but they can't do anything against that spider. So he can nudge 1 die. He could have nudged it to a 5, but that's not going to help us because it's still a 6. You still roll with the worst of all possible worlds. So the druid is going to need to rest before he tries that again. And that's the end of our day. Our fights are concluded. 3% chance. All right. Let's see what day 3 is going to be. So that was eventful. It's day 3 now. Let's move the day chit for real. And our sorcerer needs to decide what he needs to do. The sorcerer is going to move to Maple Woods. So we're going to move to Maple Woods. We are going to... Well, this spider is gigantic, Raven. This spider is as big as a desk. So it would have to be a pretty big spider is the issue, I think. I am going to rest and rest. So 2 rests to bring 2 chips back from the dead there. I'm going to use my extra spell phase and then a spell phase. So the sorcerer gets an extra enchant or spell phase every turn. He hasn't needed them until just now. Now we're going to start using them a lot to get our chits back into fighting shape. We are done. The druid. Well, the druid needs to get out of dodge. The druid is going to move to Deep Woods 4. And then the druid is going to rest. So 3 rests. Done. The Black Knight. I think the Black Knight's going to move in on that spider. We're going to hide twice, move, and move to the spider. Yep, done. And the captain and his entourage I mean, I tell you what we're going to do. We will hide, and we're going to search 3 times, and our guy is going to hide and search 3 times. So that's the joy of this dude being able to move separately, is that when we need to find something, we can just send him to go, hey, help us find the thing, and we get a whole other guy trying to find the thing. And what we're trying to find is the altar, the site, or that secret path. Done. And I think that's the day. Let's see what we get here. Are we going to get bats, like nutmeg once? No, we're going to get ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. Now the captain is moving separate from his dude, and so we draw another chit for his guy. The captain moves first. He is unhidden. We do hide, I think. I think we did hide, right? Did we hide? We did hide, and then we searched 3 times. Let's roll the hide dice first. Only a 6 fails. So the captain is hidden. You know the guy I have? He's the best at finding. He is. Now we're going to roll, and we're going to locate the altar first. So we're looking for a 3. Nope, that's a fail. Second, we need a 4 or a... Nope, that's a fail. One more. 4. No, fail. All 3 fails. Captain is done. Does this draw anything? No, it does not. The druid is next. The druid moves to here. And then rests 3 times. I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3. The druid does not have to draw anything because the druid, these chips just go like, they flip over. And since we did not roll a 5, the spider does not follow him. That would have been the... But he can flee from it if he needs to, and so that's fine. The soldier HQ hides, and he's looking for the altar as well. 4 or a 1. He fails. That's 1. 2. That's a fail. A 4 or a 1. It's literally a 4 or a 1, and that's a fail. They don't find anything today. Done and done. The Black Knight is going to hide 2 times and then move in on the spider. And he does. And the Sorcerer moves to here and then rests twice. We had a bat in our front yard under the trash can. We went to put it on the street. He got under there. I have no idea. Brown bat eats bugs. We're gonna that one. And this one, and then 2 spell phases here is going to flip one of these to purple magic. And it's going to be that one. We now flip this chit. It is bones 3. Oh, shit. We actually draw. Ogres. Ogres appear. So we're going to have a fight there for sure. Well, we have a fight. We have 2 fights, possibly. We used to get a lot of bats. My old parents' house, I don't know what it was. It was on some kind of bat highway or something, because they would come in all the damn time. And we had a lot of weird bat stories when I was a kid. It was me and my mom, and my dad was like out working, you know, or whatever. And we got surprised by this bat. My mom freaked out. So she called my grandparents. My grandparents were just up the road, or just, you know, and so up pulls a car with my grandfather, my great aunt, my great uncle, like all the, you know, it was the over 50s, you know, bat hunting club or whatever, at a time when I thought over 50 was ancient. And they come in with, like, you know, goggles, you know what I mean? Like all like they're going to a hunting party. And my mom's like, no, don't go out there, right? She's got us up in a room, and I'm like, I just give me, and I'm like 7 or 8 or something. No, I wasn't. I had to be way older than that because we were in the house. So yeah, so they're down there all swinging these tennis rackets and shit. I come down with our badminton racket because that's what and you know, that bat comes around, it just, and just, boom, one shot, poor thing. I feel bad because I like, you know, bats eat bugs, I'm all for it, but he violated the bro code. Let's do the Black Knight first. We need a buddy sheet here. So what's going to happen is our guy is going to lure the bat, or the spider, and we are going, so he lures it. Now what luring means is that the spider is on the sheet of the rogue. The rogue is sort of the target of this attack. He gets to attack back, of course, but he's the defender, as it were, which means we can play him on either side, and he will not flip and he will not move. He will do exactly as we say. We're going to play him just like this. And we are going to play, and we are now free because we have nothing on our sheet. We're going to play a fight chit to flip our mace, and then we're going to play this chit here, and we're going to put him wherever. We'll put him right there. 50 is young. Well, that's what I think now, Raven. But back then, I thought these folks were ancient. I was waiting for them all to pass out and die by their exertion killing the bat. We had one bat. So there was one bat, and it ended up in our basement. And it was me and my dad down in the basement. And we had a basement that effectively had like a big column in the middle, like a big stone load-bearing column, you know, like, right? And otherwise it was a rectangle around that central column. And the bat would hide and immediately like roost if you had the light on. So we turned the light off and you could then hear it flitting around. And so it ended up, I had a tennis racket, my dad had a racket and a flashlight, and he would flick it off and the thing would start flying and turn it. And so he does the thing, turns it off, we hear flitting, he turns it on, and I see it coming, and I swear to God, I literally fall, like, go back. I neoed the shit out of that bat, and somehow on the way down, swung and hit it, and took it down as I felt. I was like, I'm like the bat slayer. That is my only skill was killing bats with tennis rackets. But I neoed it and literally did this. I swear to God, because he only flashed it for like a second, and I just, whoa, it was a thing. Anyway, all right, we're killing spiders now though. So round one, the longer weapons go first. We roll to see where the spider ends up. The spider ends up here. He flips down one. Does the spider flip to his other tactic, which is the giant neck-biting venomness? Yes, he does. So, longer weapons go first. That is this guy, because his weapon is a length 4. The mace is a length 1. His attack is a 3. The spider's defense is a 4, so he undercuts the spider, hitting it, doing medium star damage, which is medium to heavy. The spider is heavy. The spider is killed. Done. And that's the fight. The rogues are they win on spiders automatically. The worst can happen is a draw. So we're gonna get 3 prowess for that. 3 notoriety. The spider goes to the dead pile. And the Black Knight's sort of on the sly, steals the Druid, who now cannot get his point for his card. So there you go. Do we have anything else to go? I don't think we do, right? Oh yeah, the Sorcerer. Have you listened to Boars the Spider by the Hoot? No, I have not. I have not. The Sorcerer has 2 ogres on his sheet. They are ready to go and kill him. He's going to run. He's going to play this, and because this is faster than both the ogres' moves, he runs out of the clearing, and he is done. Boris the Spider. Got it. No, I'm not. We're going to run. We have to run this way. And so we end up in between those two tiles. I've not deliberately listened to it. I might have heard it, but I've not deliberately listened to it. And we were on the next day. We're on day 4. And we are doing who's first? The Sorcerer is first. The Sorcerer has to move. It changed your life. Yeah, no, I hear you. Killing bats as a kid. Sort of. We have to move to 2. So move Borderlands 2. We're going to rest twice, extra spell X, and spell again. So that's going to give us all of our chits except for 1 back to where it needs to be. Nutmeg, how did you know? How did you know? So the Druid is now looking at 2 places where he has no, like so the altar would have been great for him, except the demon's dead. The spider would have been great for him. Spider's dead. It's not looking great for our guy at the moment. I mean, we go to the pool. The pool's dangerous for the Druid, actually. I brought my racket so after we can play Traveler, we can go outside. But I'm thinking of shelving the tabletop games for a little bit. I don't know that the Traveler is sort of taken off. I think it's a little bit of a dead end at the moment. So I might bag it. And I was actually thinking I should probably move the solo tabletop stuff onto its own channel if I want to play stupid YouTube games. But that's another day. That is absolutely another that's a different conversation. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we move into the Oak Woods. I think the Druid moves into the Oak Woods. So we're going to move to the Oak Woods. The problem is it is primarily. So here's the problem. Here's the problem with YouTube in general, in my opinion. I mean, again, it's not that. The problem is that it's 2 separate audiences primarily. Now, there is a crossover audience. I absolutely understand that. But it is generally 2 separate audiences. And the problem there is that those vids go out, get 7 views or 10 views or whatever, and then that sort of kills them in the, like, they don't get then picked up by the magical algorithm anymore because the algorithm goes, well, no one's interested in this shit. So that's sort of where I'm at with those. Now, again, do I super care? No, but they're a fair bit of work to put together, and if they're doing absolutely nothing channel wise, it sort of sucks a little bit because they're hurting everything else a little bit too, frankly. So so there is a little bit of a line to walk between playing the game, and I mean capital P, playing the game, capital P, capital G, and just doing whatever I want to do, right, and just, but yeah. So I think the Druid's going to the Oak Woods. with the idea of maybe getting to that poison pool and seeing what's in the cliff. Yeah, they're done. Okay. So the Black Knight. The Black Knight is high. Start being Peggy 18. But yes, the YouTube algorithm is bad for anyone that does diverse stuff, because that's just not sort of how it goes, right? That's so what's the Black Knight trying to do? Sudden insight, trinkets, or find the large campfire? Well, the large campfire is going to be either here in the woods, or here in the Nutwoods, or way over here. And if it's way over here, we're screwed. So one, two, three, four. I say the Black Knight goes to Deep Woods 2. So he's just going to move to Deep Woods 2. Done. And then finally the captain and his cadre, they're going to do the same thing they did yesterday. Try to take over the world, because they need to find their they need to find that altar. So we are done with the day. It is day 4. We're done planning the day, I should say. Let's see what pops. 2 serpents and demons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this case 5. The soldier boss goes first. He is going to hide first. He fails to hide. He does search 3 times. He finds the altar. That's good. That's good news for the captain. The captain can check off the altar. So now that he's found the altar, he's going to loot it. The last 2 times he's going to loot the altar. I'm going to put these spell cards up here. We're going to loot the altar. We have 2 rolls. 6, that's too much. We only have 4 cards. We draw the number of the card. He draws the 4th card. We get the Regent of Jewels, an extra trade phase. That's not amazing, but it's worth 67 gold, and it's a great treasure. So we're going to give the captain a great treasure. So our rule has been. So let's look at our scoreboard real quick. We have 8 prowess, but I don't count you unless you have 10 or more prowess, because do I care? There's just a lot of swinginess in the scoreboard, so I sort of made that little rule to go. I don't have to change the scoreboard every turn, but let's do the scoreboard. So the captain is winning prowess. The Black Knight is 2nd in prowess, so he gets 1 point. No one's got gold, because no one has more than 10 gold. The captain now he's winning great treasures. And so the captain is essentially winning 5-1 to 0-0. You get essentially 2 points in a category if you're winning it, aside from cards. Cards are just points, straight out points. 1 point if you're in 2nd place. Yeah, the Regent of Jewels can be a huge swing at the end. Absolutely true. Like, if you want to win gold, you can win gold with that, usually. The best thing to do for the captain would be to find another great treasure, or 2 more great treasures, so he doesn't have to rely on that. In addition, you get bonus points if you have 60 of prowess, if you have 60 gold, if you have 3 treasures, I think, or 3 spells, you get a bonus point potentially in those things. to encourage you to keep striving, even if you're winning the category. That guy is done, though, and he is done. The Sorcerer goes next. Where did the Sorcerer go? The Sorcerer went here, right? I think he just went there. He rested twice, so that brings these two chits back. He's going to spell X, which does nothing. The second one flips that to color. So now he has 3 color, so that's good. He has a good base to hide and do his thing. He should kill those ogres, because that would be a good, easy set of kills for him. The captain's going to go. The captain hides. And he does. And now he's going to search 3 times. He's going to... he is going to loot the altar once. He fails. He's going to loot the altar twice. He succeeds. He gets the 3rd treasure. The golden crown. Whoa, that's interesting. Oops, wrong guy. That's not him. There we go. There we go. Now the golden crown's heavy, so it sucks a little bit because the captain cannot carry it. It's heavy. You can only carry what your move chits can manage. But he can have one of these guys carry it. Actually, he can have this guy carry it. As long as he has him hired. That's going to give him 2 great treasures for the time being. Keep in mind, though, the soldiers are only hired until the 15th. Once that 15th goes, they're going to drop this on his lap and go and leave him. Was that the... second or third? I'll give him 1 roll. And he doesn't find the thing, the whatchamacallit. So he is done. Nothing appears because we're looking for serpents and demons. That demon is killed. That's trolls. Done. The druid goes. What does the druid do? Moves to the oak woods. 1, 2, 3, 4. He goes there. Flips that, it's ruins. Well, okay, but nothing appears. But that would be wolves, which sort of sucks. That's not good for the druid. The druid does not want a ton of wolves showing up. It's not his gig. The Black Knight goes 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. Yeah, to Deep Woods too. And nothing appears. Because, again, we need serpents or demons. So that's going to lead us to day 5. The Sorcerer is mostly back. He is mostly ready to fight here. The question is what? What to do? If he kills the ogres, he's going to get 6 prowess. That's going to put him in 2nd place. Gotta go. Be back later. Definitely watch this later. Hey, Rob, thanks for coming. I'll talk to you. We could definitely do the poison pool. I do need to take a quick look. When you draw this card, put a visitor at a dwelling of your choice. That sort of sucks. I should have done that from the very beginning. I missed those. That's my fault. And who has Dragon Slayer? Does the captain have Dragon Slayer? That doesn't do, but the druid theoretically knows where a visitor is. What visitor would the druid want? The druid would want anyone but the shaman. So he'll take the scholar. Where's he going to put him? I mean, he'll put him there, I suppose. Does anyone else have something? So that's my fault. That's a little bit of a misplay there. Yeah, I don't think anybody else has one that lets them draw and place a visitor. Okay. So the sorcerer. What is the sorcerer going to do? One misplay allowed per day. I think. I mean, at this juncture, it is fine. It is worth getting. Does the sorcerer otherwise need? Sorcerer needs to get to the mountain, and he needs to get to the high pass. I don't think killing the ogres is in his best interest. I think he makes his move into the pool. Remember, if you enter a cave, you only get 2 phases. Done. The Druid is going to move. That's into the ledges. He is going to... I think he rests. I think he's going to rest twice. Done. The Black Knight. The Black Knight needs to find... let's see. The Black Knight, of course, would love to find a treasure site. He could go and probably kill those ogres, strangely enough. Maybe that's the play. Go kill the ogres. The Black Knight is sleepy. I'm sorry. I apologize. I think you go kill the ogres. I think you just go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you just walk into the ogres. Move to the ogres. And then finally you have the captain. So the captain is looted 2. There's only 2 things left. I do still think you hide, search, and you hide, search, because you can find the path now. Done. That's it. That's our day. What's the monster of the day? 3 ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. And this is the order we will play in today. Sorcerer is first. The sorcerer moves to the pool. Now that sucks for the sorcerer because the octopus shows up. Huh. You missed every death. Like when you fall asleep, someone dies. I mean, the Black Knight's death was awful. Like that wasn't even a thing. The Black Knight got locked into some cabin with some special quest with these things that did like all his damage. He was first level. I had nothing, no crap, but I had like a crap weapon, a crap armor, and I'd just gone, well, I'll explore oh God, I'm locked in. And these things are just punching through 3/4 of my hit points in one fell swoop. And it was still doing okay, except there were 2 of them and I didn't see one of them and I died. Like that was a mess. I posted, if the Black Knight went in and killed a guy and took his house, does that count as him getting a house? Because there's a cottage and there was a necromancer in the cottage. And the necromancer immediately got pissed off and attacked him. But once he killed him, he actually got his bed. Like all the stuff belonged to him. That's like a player house. I get a house. I got a house. I'm like, oh man. But mind you, he almost killed the Black Knight. Because all of a sudden this necromancer's like casting ice all over me. But we did manage to DPS him down. I'm like, wow. That's almost a player house. Black Knight gets to go, by the way. So where's the Black Knight going? The Black Knight goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha, ogres. Done. And he blocks the ogres and they block him. Down here, we're searching. Well, we're hiding first. Let's see what the hide does. It barely matters. No monster's going to appear because we already know the die roll. But just in case, we're going to search 3 times. We're going to search first for the path. That's a 3, 2, or 1. Nope, fail. 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 He fails. The captain goes now. The captain hides. And he is unhidden, but that doesn't matter. Search for the path first. That's a success. So the captain finds 1-5 ruins. So we go over here. Ruins, 1-5. We mark it. We can now use it. He has 2 more searches. He's going to loot the altar again. He needs a 2 or a 1, though. That's a fail. And a fail. Captain's done. And now the druid goes. What is the druid doing? What are you doing, druid? He moves into the ledges and rests. 1. He actually doesn't need 3. So he's going to rest. He's going to hide, I suppose. We'll just give him that much. Hide and rest. So we rest these 2. Done and done. We hide. We roll a single die. Done. We're hidden. We flip this. Smoke, dragons, cairns 5. Oh, that's a good sight. That's a giant. That's a tremendous spider. But possibly some treasure for the druid, which he does need. Do we have a combat? Well, unfortunately, the sorcerer was jumped by the octopus, which sort of sucks. Oh, we actually should have gone here. Oh God, I didn't write. You know what? I do tend to allow myself those because I'm playing 4 characters. I wanted to get to the mountains, not the pool. Done. So this guy is going to still appear, but we're not there. We're here. So no fight in this case. The Black Knight is fighting the ogres. Our guy is going to draw one of the ogres. We're going to misplay and you screenshot it for the records. I misplayed quite a bit. So if I can play a move faster than the move of the ogre, I can ready my weapon, which I just did. You might have, because I might have accidentally hit F12. And if I accidentally hit F12, it's going to screenshot. Okay. Let's see where this ogre goes. This ogre goes to here. Does the ogre flip or not? The ogre doesn't flip. Okay. Over here. Where does the ogre go? He goes, where's 6? 6 puts him here. Does he flip? He does not. So what happens? So first thing is first. Our weapon is longer than the ogre's 0. We undercut him and hit him for heavy damage, and so we kill the ogre. Done. This guy undercuts the ogre and hits him for heavy damage and kills him. The only problem is we do not get the multiplier because our buddy killed one, so we get 4 points and not 6. That's not terrible. It just means we don't take first place, though. We have 7 prowess instead of 8. But it's an easy fight. Do we have anything else going on? Let's see. Sorry, I'm yawny tonight, aren't I? I think that's it. I think that's all the battles. That'll lead us to day 6. That'll lead us to day 6. First character is the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer is going to take 2 moves to get to the mountain. So move into the mountain. Done. That's all he's going to do. The Druid. So the Druid is all ready to go. I do think he okay. I do think the poison pool is useful to get. So let's go. We're gonna move to 1, or move to 3. So we move to here. That's our goal, is to move to here. Then we have to search for that thing. So we're gonna search, and search. Done. The Black Knight is going to move into the Nutwoods to see if he can find. So he's going to hide, and then move into the Nutwoods to see if he can find the campfire. We are being too dry for you. We need to pick it up. You're boring me. I mean, I walked today. I walked a couple miles in the heat, so that's good. Did some exercise. And now, and even though I was like, oh, I shouldn't drink any liquor, I'm like, oh, I'm drinking liquor. I'm on stream, blah, 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 right? So, all bad. I'm making all the wrong decisions. So that's why. If you were a worm, would your family still love you? Is my family worms? Or do they know I'm a worm? Like, is there a chance I unworm? Like, if I were always going to be a worm, do they know? Do they know that I am still sapient and sentient as a worm? Right? I mean, those hypotheticals always lead to more hypotheticals. Did you drink enough water today? I did not. I did. Oh, if I could speak, then I think they keep me around. Hell, if I can speak, maybe I'm... Oh, it's really quiet and worm-like. Well, we can get an amplifier. You can buy an amp, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's not a problem. You get a cool hat as well. My family probably would still mostly love me. Mostly. One of your kids glued it to your head. Funny. That's funny. So we do want to plant our flag still. So we are going to move, because remember we found this passage, right? So we're going to move. But you can't go into the cave because you only get 2 phases if you're going to touch a cave. So you can't move in with your 3rd move. So we're going to move to Ruin 3. We're going to hide and move to Ruin 3. Our guy is going to follow us. Done. We do have to make sure there's no flutters, because if we get a flutter... I had 5 water bottles today because of the heat. Yeah, if you do outside work, you were sweating like a pig today, is my guess. So you need all the water you can get. I do not work outside. I barely leave my house, but I have endeavored to, try to exercise at least a little bit so I don't feel like shit all the time. So we have day 6s for everybody. Let's roll that awful monster check here. And it's a 5, so we're going to get more spiders and imps. You don't need to leave that room because of the portal. Yeah, right. So we're going to go move into the mountains, the Sorcerer does. And he gets Bones and Slither 3. Nothing appears, but there's also nothing interesting in the mountains. Now, we've also touched 5. So we're going to do this. We're going to put this Explore Mountain. We put 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So the Sorcerer has one of the 6 clearings they need to get to finish their quest. We go 1, 2, and then we hide twice. And we do. Oh, he goes with us. I'm sorry. So we moved last, but we'll do it because no one's going to interfere. The Druid goes here and searches, I think, 3 times, right? They need a 1, 2, or a 3. They're not doing it. Come on, 1, 2, or 3 guy. Nope, he doesn't find anything. He's done. But he doesn't need to pop these. He does need to pop... he does pop this. The Tremendous Spider appears at the cairn. So his power is to turn these chips back over and not get them. He has peace with nature. What he does not have peace with is the Guardians of the Treasure Sites. Now, this thing appears in 5. It doesn't move to him yet. It will move to him if we roll a 5 again. Oh, that is not great. We cannot kill the Tremendous Spider. We could, but we have to be super lucky. The Black Knight goes. Where's the Black Knight going? Black Knight goes here and here. Does he hide twice? I believe he does hide twice. Let's roll. We are hidden as we move into here. All we're doing is looking for the damn campfire. We get the large campfire. Poof, right there. That's exactly what we wanted. So that dwelling appears there. The Bashkars appear there because we rolled a 5. So the Bashkars are at the large campfire. What do we feel about the Bashkars? We do not care one way or the other about them. But nonetheless, they're there. That's cool. And we are hidden. So we don't have to necessarily engage them if we don't want to. Squirrel power. I could just, good night, Michael. Good to see you, man. Did you have a good birthday? That's the question, Michael. That's all I want to know before you leave. Unless you've left already. If you left already, obviously that's fine and there's nothing we can do about it. But just want to know. Inquisitive minds want to know. So we will score Happy Camper because we ended a phase at the large campfire. Done. So that's going to get the Black Knight a card. Oh, that's not good. But that's okay. So we're going to put ++ Happy Camper. And that gets us a point. So we have a card point. And now we're 5 to 2 to 0 to 0. We learn of a reclusive hermit that will teach us a spell chit. Well, honestly, it really depends where the hermit is. 7-4, high pass 4. So what it's saying is if we can get to here, we can score a point. That's not awful, actually. That's not a terrible play. Like, no, that's not. I think we do it. Because we know where it is, and it's right there. But that's him. What is the captain doing? The captain hides twice and moves into here, which he did. And I don't think anything appeared. I don't think anything appears here. Nothing appears here. So it's a quiet night. The Black Knight does get to choose whether he wants to keep his cards or ditch them because he's ended his day at a dwelling. So he could toss Spellmaster. Spellmaster doesn't do him much, to be quite honest. It's a point if he can get there. But whether it's worth it, he might drop trinkets. Here's I think we're going to toss those two. We're tossing those two. So at the end of the day, because he's at a dwelling, he can toss these two. Draw 2 new cards. He has to keep them. Sudden Insight. You can't have dupes. Womp womp. Okay. Herbalist. Oh, that's not good. That's not great. And Big Game. Big Game's okay, though. Herbalist is Dank W. Herbalist. Dank W. And then Big Game. So those are his quest cards now. Herbalist, if you can find Dank W, which is nowhere over here. So we know where it is. It's one of these two. So that's not a good pick. He has to walk across the map to get there. Black Knight is looking for that Dank. Big Game is good. Big Game, you can say, oh, I want to fight a heavy, as a for instance, which he could, a spider. That's sort of his wheelhouse, are heavies. And so he could totally do that. In fact, that's probably what he picks, frankly. But heard the Hermit has some good stuff. Yeah, the Hermit's rough though, because again, it's fine. You could get there pretty easy. But all he has is a spell chit, for a magic chit for the Black Knight. What's that? That's going to do almost nothing. Now, the funny part, the key would be you get the magic chit and you take something like 2 or 3 so you can go to the altar and learn a spell, which would be hilarious, but probably not worth the effort. I don't think we have any fights. I think we are about where we are. I do think that the Black Knight declares Big Game. He wants a heavy creature. That is his. That's the target. Good night, Raven. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. So it's going to be day 7. We're going to write day 7. The Sorcerer's day 7. What is the Sorcerer going to do on day 7? The Sorcerer would like to, as best as possible, get all of these spots. So he's going to go to 6 and 3. Move 6. Move 3. Done. The Druid, let's say he searches 4 times to try to find that path. He can run from that spider if he needs to. Done. We've declared. I go 1, 2, 3, 4 up into the deep woods. Deep woods 5. Move. Deep woods 5. Done. The Dragon Slayer. I shouldn't say he's not really a Dragon Slayer. The Captain, the big guy. He is going to. I'm gonna hide and move. I don't like move into the, what is it? The cavern. Done. Okay, let's see what we got. That's it. So this is day 7. So it's dangerous day 7s, we call them. We rolled 2 dice. 3 and 3. So it's not as dangerous. These guys will repopulate. The octopus is drawn back to the board. Let's see what happens. The Druid searches 4 times for... He needs a 1, 2, or 3. He does not get a 1, 2, or 3. That's 1. 2, he does find the path. So he gets a 6, 6 to 3. In the ledges. Oh, there is no 6 to 3. Hold on. That's the cliff. He's in the cliff, God damn it. Uh, 6 to 3. He's found it, but he is done. Hey, what's up, Dustin? How are you? The Black Knight goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think anything appears. What's up, Dustin? Good to see you. And we are done with the Black Knight. He moves with the Captain. The Sorcerer goes 1, 2, and he marks off 6 and 3. Just got up to work, laying in bed now. Ugh. Good to see you, man. And the Captain hides with his guys, and he does not hide. He fails and walks into here. And what happens? Dank and the Lost City. Dank is going to draw nothing, but the Lost City, ooh, that's a lot of freaking chits coming down here. What is the Lost City? Howl 4, that's going to be goblins, by the way. Roar 6 is going to be nothing. Vault 3. Shrine in 4. Flutter 2. Ooh, Flutter. Hold on. Oh, we don't have... Oh, no. Okay, that's not us. That's the Captain has... Oh, wait, that's the Captain. Fine bow. End phase and a Flutter. Done. He gets a bow. Doesn't get a point, but he gets a bow. It's only a light bow, so it's not the best bow. But it is a bow. And that goes to the Captain. I mean, I'm gonna keep that versus the short sword. Does anything appear here? We're looking for goblins. Howl 4 is gonna draw goblins. But nothing else. A split groove. And that's the end of the first week. The first week, the Gabagool Goblins. So there's 6 goblins in a stack. They're fairly dangerous. We're probably fine. They'd be great. The guard would be great against these guys because the guard are all heavy. These goblins, these particular goblins, cannot kill the guard. They can kill the little guys that we have. But we do have a lot of guys. It's this side we have to worry about. We'd have to figure out what our chances were against all those guys. So, but nonetheless, we have completed week 1. We didn't score a ton of points. Pretty much the Black Knight and the Captain have scored. The Sorcerer, he's getting to score points, but he hasn't scored much. And the Druid hasn't done much either, frankly. But the Black Knight and the Captain are both sort of chugging along. I mean, it was a sort of not a rough first week. It was a rough first week for the mages, Because the mages all burned a lot of their frickin'... The mages burned a lot of their magic in a couple of just 1 or 2 days, right? And then spent a couple days resting, and so on. The captain's obviously doing captain shit, grabbing all his dudes. He's trying to get to this hex, or this space. It's made a little bit rougher because of the lost city, but he does have these guys for another week, so I think he sort of keeps up with that. And then the Black Knight, I mean, he wants to go... Ideally, he wants to go fight another spider and cash in big game. Or a bat. I'm going to say bats are easy, but a bat would not be so bad for him either. The Druid's trying to get the poison pool, and the Sorcerer is trying to finish the mountain quest. I think that's where we're at. But it's 11:30. I don't think we're going to get another weekend for sure. So I think we need to save it there. I do think tomorrow, I don't know what you guys are doing tomorrow, but tomorrow I will come back and we will do Skyrim. We'll do the Black Knight. I've gotten the Black Knight. I've done the most mundane quest you could possibly do, except I killed one sorcerer, a couple bandits. I've killed a couple bandits. And I killed a couple bandits and killed one necromancer in his house and then took his house over. that's what I've done. So I think we come back tomorrow with some Skyrim. I think I need a little bit of time to just decide what to do with the tabletop RPG games, because I don't think ultimately, I worry that they hurt the channel in general. But we can talk. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much, Amanda, Nutmeg, Rob, Raven, Michael, the usual suspect, Scott, who's doing his homework, and not the usual suspect, Bradley Atkinson, who I don't know how long it's been, but who showed up a tiny bit to say hello. And good to see you all. This is Magic Realm. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good night and a good week.